Okay, welcome to episode 146 of the Epic Film Challenge, and it is the next instalment of the Superman anthology, Superman 2. Now again, as I mentioned in the last episode, this is a continuation of Superman 1, and it kind of picks up where it left off, and literally we see the beginning of the first film again, from a bit of a different perspective, which I liked. A bit of controversy surrounding Superman 2 is Richard Donner, who directed the first film. Was obviously directing the second one as well because they were being made at the same time, which I mentioned in the last episode. But Richard Donner actually left the production during Superman 2, and someone else came in, or I think it might have been an assistant director who was already working on the picture. He took over and even reshot some of the scenes as well. And this film is centered around these three guys from Krypton who are trapped in the Phantom Zone, and at the beginning of the film there's this big set piece on the Eiffel Tower in France, which results in Superman throwing an elevator full of explosive into space, and it blows up and frees these, I don't know what to call them, but the three people from Krypton from the Phantom Zone, and they arrive on Earth, and they've all got the same powers as Superman. And you have, I forget their names now, but General Zod is the leader, played by Terrence Stamp, and he's just this brilliant kind of egomaniac, just kind of, who just loves the fact that he's a god, kind of, and he just plays it so straight-faced and power-hungry. And there's another one who's bigger and just kind of stupid, and then there's the woman, and they're trying to take over the world, basically. And so Superman is kind of struggling with his romance with Lois Lane, because she's kind of in love with Superman and not with Clark Kent. And that's something I always really liked about Superman, the idea behind it, and I enjoy it even more now I'm watching the films, is that Clark Kent is the alter ego. You know, it's like that whole scene in Kill Bill 2, where Bill's telling Uma Thurman about how, you know, Superman's different from every superhero because he doesn't put on a mask or a costume and become the superhero. He is the superhero, and he puts on the costume to blend in with normal society and become a human. Become a human. Well, yeah, become a human. Become a normal person. And you know, I think they play it really well. I really enjoy that aspect of the film. And then we basically see him kind of he mixes it up with the three people from Krypton. Lex Luthor gets involved. He gets thrown into the mix as well. I think he escapes from jail. Again, I probably should have done this straight after I watched the films, but it's been actually about 2 weeks since I watched these. But Lex Luthor's involved, and I actually read that he didn't come back to shoot more scenes after Richard Donner had left because he didn't agree with the situation. So he's not actually in this film as much. And there's this bit where, you know, the whole ending, basically, you know, it's not really spoiling anything to say that they all end up at the Fortress of Solitude: Superman, Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, and the three people from Krypton. And there's just basically this bit where Lex Luthor gets dropped outside the Fortress of Solitude and he can't get in. And you can tell it's not him because it's kind of like a wide shot. And they must have just invented that just because they didn't have any shots of Gene Hackman in the Fortress of Solitude for the first part of the scene, which is pretty funny. It's quite a strange kind of scene. Well, his part of the scene is quite strange, just in that it kind of just, oh, and there he is, you know. It's kind of funny. But I really like this one, and this is probably my favourite one of the whole series. I think I just love the whole relationship between Lois Lane and Clark Kent / Superman was done really well in this film. The three bad guys were awesome. You know, Lex Luthor when he's in it is great as well. And overall, I just really enjoyed this one, and I'll give this one a 9 out of 10 for sure. None of these films are ever going to be like my favourite films of all time. They're just really enjoyable films, and I just really like that nice feeling you get watching Superman, because he's just such a nice character. You know, it sounds lame, but I really enjoy it. These films make me smile. And yeah, 9 out of 10 for Superman 2. So yeah, thanks for watching.